Hi, my name is Diana Ardilla, and this is the podcast review for my leadership portfolio. This podcast is called Clearance and Copyright for Filmmakers by Michael Donaldson and Lisa Califf. Before I review this podcast, I would like to explain a little bit about what clearance and copyright really means. Copyright. Copyright is the exclusive right to use any material you create. Copyright material cannot be used without permission. Clearance. Clearance means getting legal permission to use someone else's copyrighted material. In this podcast, Mrs. Califf and Mr. Donaldson explain the common mistakes filmmakers make. One of the common mistakes is thinking that a lawyer is not an option because of the cost. Most lawyers are affordable, and you can always consult and find out the cost before making a decision. In most cases, a lawyer is always less expensive when involved from the beginning. Another common mistake that was mentioned in the podcast is not having signed agreements with people. Anyone who contributed to the film owns the copyright unless an agreement is signed, and this includes all employees or crew. Another common mistake is delivering. This means the delivery of a clean film. In other words, all clearances are in order and there is no risk of liabilities, as any person or company buying a film is going to want to have a clean film to distribute it without any risk of or copyright issues. Another common mistake is fair use. This means that a person has the right to use a limited amount of someone else's material. The mistake filmmakers make with fair use is thinking that fair use is just using a small portion of someone else's material. And by using this small portion, it will make the fair use okay, when in fact, the purpose for using the copyrighted material is more important as it might replace the existed material. This is the summary of the common mistakes in filmmaking and that were mentioned in the podcast. I think it is important to have them in mind so that we are able to avoid them.